Spyro Reignited Trilogy is odd. In some places they really dropped the ball, and in others they did really good. There's one particular change Toys for Bob made that I find simply incredible though, and it's one that I've seen very few people mention. In Year of the Dragon, levels have these sub-areas in them. They're totally separate areas that you can only reach through these portals. One of the reasons Insomniac split these areas off was probably technical, as the PlayStation 1 had very limited resources. Come 2018 though, things have changed. The time it took to load a sub-area must not have been justified by any benefit anymore, so in Reignited, all of the sub-areas exist in the same map as the main area. Hidden off in the distance are those other areas. In many cases, if you look in the right place, you can actually see these areas from one another. In Sunny Villa, you can only see the faintest impression of Sheila's area from the main area, but the inverse is much easier to spot. As for the skateboarding area, no dice. The fog is simply too thick. I won't bother listing off the areas you can't see because that's rather boring, so if I don't mention a particular area, just assume you can't see it. In Cloud Spires, the Sunseed area, which does not have an exterior, can be seen faintly from the main area. You can see the area with the cloud and the bells from the main area, though only with the keenest of eyes. I promise there are some more interesting cases later. In Molten Crater, Sergeant Bird's area has a very ugly exterior which cannot be seen from the outside anyway. There are some places where two areas share a visual landmark of sorts, like in Seashell Shore, there's this mountain that you can see, and in Bluto's Arena, you can see that mountain from the other side. But that's very insubstantial in my opinion, so I won't bother pointing out these either. In Icy Peak, the Supercharge area is actually quite close to the main area. They are only separated by a single wall. Still, you can't see one from the other, which is honestly a shame. In Enchanted Towers, if you fly up as Sergeant Bird, you can vaguely see Farley's arena. You're definitely not meant to see it from that angle, but you can't really make out anything from that distance anyway. Also, you can see another part of Farley's area from within that area, so nice one there, Activision. In Spooky Swamp, you can easily see these towers from the Wizard's arena, from the main area, and Sheila's area. This is really unlikely because they would position the areas so that the main area would always be between every sub-area. In Bamboo Terrace, you can quite easily see Bentley's area from the main area and vice versa. This is one of the most obvious instances of seeing one area from another. In Frozen Altars, you can see just a bit of the hockey area from the main area. In Fireworks Factory, you can see the dragon area from the main area. In Charmed Ridge, you can see the area with the seed puzzle from the main area and vice versa. You can also plant something in this area and see it from the main area. You can also see the enemies in the main area from afar if you leave them alive. In Crystal Islands, you can see just a bit of the slide from the main area. In Desert Ruins, you can see a few bits of Sheila's area from the main area. You might think this building in Sheila's area is that one building from the main area, but it's not. It's just a building that looks nearly identical. The underwater area is sort of hiding in plain sight. From afar, it looks fairly normal. It's these dark rocks here. It's only when you get close to it that it actually gets its own underwater skybox. In Haunted Tomb, you can see just a bit of the main area and Agent 9's area from the cannon area. Obviously not intentional. In Dino Mines, you can see the box where Spyro and Agent 9 meet. There's this very convenient cloud in the way to obscure the box, but it's not quite enough. So here's a question. If we can see these areas from other areas, could we glide from one of them to another? There aren't any tricks known to give the height needed. There is one trick in Spyro 1 Reignited that would give enough height easily, but that's not applicable. Alternatively, there is level storage, a trick done in speedruns to let you fly freely in any level you want. There are videos online where people have flown over to a sub-area using cheats or mods, so level storage should be able to do it 100% legitimately. Based on what I've seen though, the effects are not very interesting, so that's where I'll let this video end.